and she is second generation in the family that brings St. Clair's to QVC, the brand that supplies all of the finest Southern restaurants with the best Southern side dishes. Can you hold up what you have in your hand there?
Yes, I can.
If you have brought home the traditional sizes, the 2-pound trays for the side dishes before, this is what you're used to, but watch this. Wait, we gotta come back full size for this one. Bam. How would you like to get a full 4 pounds of your favorite side dish in one? Seriously, this is what you want to have coming home in this particular assortment, because when Lauren really brought this to us, she wanted to bring it to us in the things that are the most requested all the time from St. Clair's, which are mac and cheese casserole, and we're going to talk about that recipe in a second. So you're getting the mac and cheese no matter what, because that's the #1 most requested flavor. Then along with the mac and cheese, you get a choice if you would like the sweet potato casserole with that Dutch crust topping we love so much, or the cornbread dressing. This is the only way to get 4 pounds in our entire assortment, and you can ship it now. You can ship it the week of November 9th if you want to serve this for the Thanksgiving holiday, the week of December 7th for the Christmas holiday, and 47810. And I do need to let you know the cornbread dressing choice at this point is the more limited of the 2 options that you have. So you've been coming to QVC for many years.
Yes.
The mac and cheese is always the most requested.
That
is actually your specific recipe.
Right, this is our 4-cheese mac and cheese. This is top quality restaurant mac and cheese. It's gourmet, it's cheesy, it's ooey gooey delicious. The cheeses in it are a sharp cheddar, an Asiago, a mozzarella, and a Monterey Jack cheese. And then we put more delicious cheese on top that makes that beautiful crust brown up just like that in the oven. It does it every single time perfectly.
How many tries did it take to get that balance of cheeses?
Oh,
How many iterations did this? I've never asked that question
Absolutely.
before, but I was wondering, like, I would never think of putting those 4 cheeses together.
Well, you know, it was a hard job, but someone had to do it.
And your prep kitchen, I will say this to the end of days because I was able to go, is the most gorgeous, sanitized, beautiful, futuristic place on earth to be able to do anything. Because I think it was it 3 years ago or 2 years ago that I went to visit?
While, yeah.
It's amazing. And you got to see where everything, I got to see where everything took place. Can I go in for a bite before we go through the other 2?
And this is just one of those creamy
Look at that.
side dishes that's good with everything. We have it plated over here with the crab cakes. We have it plated with the Corky's ribs here, or excuse me, wings that are coming up. And it just goes with everything. So this is your everyday meal.
You know what? Mac and cheese. Don't do the kid stuff. This is not kid. The kids will love it, but this is not the kid stuff because you get that crust, and even the pieces of the macaroni are big and hearty, and there's almost like a fluffiness to the macaroni.
Exactly.
That you get no matter what. Then we come into our choices, and these are 4-pound family-size trays. So then we have our cornbread dressing. So I need to always ask, for someone watching for the first time, in the north, we don't have dressing, we have stuffing. So how is this different than a stuffing?
Well, I can tell you, look how moist that is. The whole thing here is staying on my spoon. It's gonna come off in one big glob because it's so moist and delicious. It's got sage, and this one is our little bit more special cornbread dressing. It's got chunks of butternut squash in there. Look at those beautiful golden chunks of butternut squash. You've got sage and pepper and spices and all of that beautiful green celery that we chop right before it goes in.
That aroma.
Oh, it smells like the holidays, doesn't it?
This aroma, I mean, just bringing it up to your face, you get, before you even taste it, is incredible.
Right, so you've got the savory and then you've got the sweet of the butternut. It's the perfect combination.
It is so moist. This will replace the stuffing that you put on the table in the best possible way. And then we come to the side dish, otherwise known as our Dutch crust sweet potato casserole. Some people have been known to serve this for dessert with a little scoop of vanilla ice cream because it is a side dish, but there's definitely a sweetness to it.
Yes, if there is a number 2 item that we get most requested for, it's this one. The mac and cheese is first and this is the second, and there's good reason for that. This is my grandmother's recipe. We always start with fresh sweet potatoes and mash them with butter and sugar. And look at that beautiful brown sugar topping with pecan pieces and walnut pieces. They're ground up in there. It just caramelizes in your oven. It is so delicious.
First of all, you're getting a workout with that plate.
This is huge.
There's a lot of food happening on this plate right now.
Yes, definitely.
And you've got to get a little piece of that crust.
And it's just so good.
It's like candy.
And isn't it great right after the cornbread
savory?
dressing, just to have a little bite of sweet? So
Or the mac and
everything
cheese
just melds together. Yes,
The little bite of sweet.
Absolutely.
I do believe my good friend Dan Wheeler would like to sample. Have
He's
you
been
ever
hovering a
seen
little
the
bit.
giant 4-pounders
I haven't
before?
until today, no, but you could get a, wow.
I know.
You can get a massive workout.
Yes.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great, better now. I'm just going to sample a little of each.
And you know what? I don't think I have an extra. Do we have an extra
Yeah.
fork over there? Because I only have spoons.
I've got one over here.
This spoon
I
is
got you
about my
covered.
size. You know what's amazing? I never liked sweet potatoes until this.
You know, a lot of people don't, but then you have this, and this
Oh my
converts
gosh.
everybody.
You know, Lauren and her company, you make sweet potatoes like a dessert.
I know, it's so delicious.
My
And the
son
best
goes
mac and
crazy for these. He would never touch a sweet potato until this.
So I get a choice of these two, right?
Right, and you get the mac and cheese.
And the mac and cheese is no matter what, you're getting that, and then you get to choose the Dutch crust sweet potato
Right.
casserole or the cornbread dressing to go
Okay,
with it.
I just want 4 pounds of all of it, okay? Each one. Thank you, ladies.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll be visiting you with maybe the Greenleys in just a little bit.
And that's a good point too, because you can really, a lot of times we offer a 4 count of the side dishes, and this one you can kind of hone in on the 2 that are your favorites.
Well, because many people were coming in for repeats of certain things,
Exactly.
and that's really why you created this. So I just want to show you a couple of things and remind you, you can get this immediately, but I do believe that is going very quickly. So you're getting the mac and cheese no matter what. In the Dutch crust sweet potato casserole, immediately there's only 4 dozen remaining.
Wow.
And only 3 dozen in the cornbread immediately. So if you want it right away as side dishes, or in the case of the mac and cheese as a main dish, as the kids are going back to school, wow, that's cold. Before the holidays, I'm holding the frozen one, my hands just got so cold. You can do that. So here's what I wanted to remind you of. It's still 8 pounds of food. So when we would do the 2 pounds separately, that was 8 pounds of food. This is still 8 pounds of food, but look, you're getting your favorites. This is the usual size. We know it and we love it. This is the 4-pound size. It's enormous, and it's the
huge.
ones you've been asking for more. Your price is $62.26, but I do have to say, how many servings can we get out of one of these trays?
You're going to get 12 to 16 servings just in one pan.
That's a lot.
And they will last in your freezer up to a year, if not a little bit longer. And they only take about the same amount of time as the small pans because they're just a little bit larger, but they're not any deeper. So they only take about an hour or a little over an hour in your oven.
So knowing that we don't have auto delivery on this right now, this is just what we have. You could get some multiples because you're going to want to have this as we get more into comfort food for the fall, and then maybe get another set for the November ship date or the December ship date for the holidays. Thank you so much for bringing this. Good to see you.
As always.
And if you want to stay with us, Dan is going to tell us about the Greenleys bread and some other stuff. You've got